we are on our way today to Rosemala viewpoint, which is actually about 2.5 hours from my place in Trivandrum. And on the way, I wanted to show you things which I did actually make video before. So this is Thenmala Dam where we are standing at right now. So if you see the dam, there we have a hanging bridge, and that is actually the dam over there. Okay, now the dam, the gates are not open, but you can see the water down, the nice greenish water. Now, we started the journey at about 6:30 in the morning, and we have had our breakfast, and we are here at Thenmala. From here, we will have to take a detour in order to reach the Rosemala viewpoint. It takes about another 1 hour from here, but I wanted to show you this place, and it's not about where you're traveling, it's about the way that you're traveling through. So I will not let you go without showing at least a 10 minutes of the route that we have taken to this place. And it's actually a stunning view when you're riding. How did I cross about 1.5 hour on this road is like magic, right? You don't realize that you have actually ridden so far because of the view that you get, that stunning greenish and the lavish, lush green everywhere, right? So it's difficult to explain in words, but I want you to spend that 10 minutes and watch the initial part of the video where I will show you. Now, before we move, you see the other side of this bridge, right? You see it's green, green, green everywhere, right? The color of the water also looks like green because this entire, I think it's all the forest, right? This entire greenery is reflecting onto the water, and I think this is the fourth time. I think this is the fourth time I'm seeing this, and it's like you can't get enough of this view at all. I don't know. Whenever I come here, I don't feel like leaving this place because of this much green. I think I'm seeing it for my first time in my life, and I've been here for last one and a half year, and I still think I don't get enough of it. Okay, let's proceed. I think from here on it's another 29 kilometers, but it's saying 1 hour to travel. I guess we'll have some sort of slight off-roading scenario. So I hope you'll enjoy this video. Please keep watching, and we'll meet you again.
What we are seeing right now is just a glimpse of the entire 2.5 hour ride that we have undertaken. And this is something that you cannot explain in words, right? So, in Kerala, I think this is I completed 1 year last September, and I bought the bike in July last year, and I'm traveling ever since. Okay, and only in and around Trivandrum, the more I travel, the more places there are to explore, and uh, it's like entire of Kerala, and I'm in the capital city of Kerala. From my house, if I travel 15 minutes, and I could see all the greenery around me, and you know there is a lot to explore, and I only keep comparing and asking myself that in a city like Delhi, Hyderabad, or probably Chennai, I think I worked in all the major cities, and to be able to go to such a location in a city, I don't know, I might be wrong, but for myself I have always taken a minimum of 1 hour to be able to see this kind of greenery from a city, at least from where I stay. And here, this is a 2.5 hour drive, and almost 1.5 hour is what you're seeing right now on the screen. Right, 1.5 hour are like superb good roads with trees around you and just that fresh breeze. Now we have entered the off-road. Now we have entered the territory. We are going proceeding towards uh, the Rosemala, and this is where you start. This is slightly an off-road kind of situation. The bike that I am using today is a Suzuki V-Storm. Kind of handled pretty well, but small vehicles might have a little trouble handling these things, and I would recommend not to go in a normal car or a sedan or something, because I've seen some cars coming there, but if you're not careful enough, you might actually uh, you know, drive over a rock or something which might hit the bottom of car and damage at times. And there are jeeps when you enter this area. There are jeeps standing at the entrance, and you can actually hire them to go to the top of the hill. This is kind of a rough patch, and then you have some good road coming up. From there, you go up to the hill. This will take about 20 minutes approximately from down to the top of the hill. So, the minute you start riding here, what will happen is you will think as in you're all alone and you're kind of going all the way to the top, and there's nobody around you. You can only hear the noise of the birds, and it gets kind of what do you call narrower and narrower. The path actually keeps climbing up. There are some rough patches, and there are places where you don't even see the sunlight getting in, so you are kind of cruising in the shadows. So, I mean, I would be very honest. At times, I felt, was I actually going in the right direction? But yes, just follow the road, and there is a place. Then you will see about, I think, 6 kilometers before you reach the Rosemala. There is a forest checkpost. Now, surprisingly, forest checkpost. The minute you cross the forest checkpost, there is actually a village. There are people living there. There is a church. There are prayers being offered. I mean, it's like any other regular town, but in between that 15 or 20 odd kilometers, it's like complete forest. Okay, and I can't imagine. You see that there are people walking ahead of me. Yeah, these guys are going to attend some prayer on top. Um, there is a church as we speak. There is a church. Once we cross them, then we get into a village where there is a church, and then you go little ahead. Again, the forest starts, and as we keep driving ahead, now this is a good road. See, now there's a church. Okay, now we've gotten into the other road, right? So we are approaching the forest area again from where we, came out of the village. So it's a straight road. You just have to keep riding. You don't have to worry if there is, it ended or it started or whatsoever. You just keep riding. You don't have to stop anywhere. And it is a lot of greenery. Trust me. It's just there are some of these patches, I think due to rain. Uh, but then it's not. I didn't feel so much of discomfort probably because of the bike, and it was early in the morning. There was no heat as such, and it was really nice. Like I said, I enjoy the nature, so I kind of don't really mind all these things. But yes, you have to be really careful while you're riding here. And if you're coming by a bullet or something which is really a heavy bike, then you'll have to be very mindful where you're putting your feet or how you're riding. And I think during rainy season is when you will have some slippery kind of terrain here. But now it was pretty good at this point in time. Some water here and there, but not as much which will trouble you, right? So here we are. So this is where I started feeling, am I going in the right direction? Is it the way I should be going, or am I going into the forest, or am I actually going to the destination? Because there is no other signboards, there's nothing. It just said you just proceed straight ahead, and I'm kind of riding in that direction. It went on, I think, about 25 minutes from the entrance, so-called entrance that you climbing up. And actually, this place comes after Thenmala Dam. Okay, after Thenmala Dam, then there is a Palarvi waterfalls. You proceed a little ahead from that main road. I mean, you will actually go to Tamil Nadu after you go straight, but after a slight ride, you will see a right turn, and that right turn will take you to this destination. Okay, so there are like all kind of trees. There are bamboo trees, there are rubber trees, and greenery everywhere, right? And there are, and I've seen some videos which showed water flowing in between a small place where water flows, and then you have to ride between that water. But then there was no water at this point in time, probably due to the summer, and it actually rained last night, and I was wondering if there would be a bigger thing to deal with, but fortunate, unfortunately, but we could not see any water on the road. See, this is where there's supposed to be some water. Right now it is dried up, but if you actually stop and take a look, you would see water on either side of the road. Right? So see, this keeps going like this, and trust me, it might look like a monotonous ride when you're seeing like this. So this is basically the checkpoint where you stop and you proceed again from here, right? Now, like I was saying, right, you would actually feel that this is monotonous, right? But no, it's not. Just because it's a video, you may not be able to feel the freshness or anything over there, but you should actually breathe in the fresh breeze. You should be listening to the chirping birds and that air, that breeze. There's no heat anywhere near you, though the sun is shining bright out there, but these trees completely are guarding. See how much of sunlight is actually getting onto the ground, right? So this kind of went on and went on and went on like I started, and I was only conscious about what I was doing on the road, how I was riding because of the some patches where you have kind of off-road kind of scenario, and other than that, I was like enjoying the climate, right? And Uh, yeah, there's a little bit of tension in between because there was nobody else and it was only me riding all along, me and my son on the bike. But then as we saw the forest rangers and them sitting there, they just make an entry of your vehicle number and all. And they will ask you where you're coming from. That is all. And they would let you go and go ahead. Now, as we went on, a couple of bikes and cars came from the opposite direction, so that's an indication that he was actually proceeding on the right direction. And trust me, when I reached there, after a certain amount of time, then you start seeing there is a village, like I told you, and the minute I reached the end of the journey, where it said the pin, where it said Rosemala Point, right, and there was nothing to be seen, but then you'll have to proceed a little further. So, into the beyond, there's a church. Before the church, stop, follow the Google Maps, Rosemala viewpoint, and just keep proceeding beyond nature, and you will actually go to a place where there will be a board which says ticket counter. Okay, you will see a small tower kind of thing where you will see a ticket counter, and that's where you ought to go. And you would actually be able to make it out. You just have to keep proceeding slowly. But if you are going by four wheeler, you have to be mindful that it's going to be a very narrow road at the last stretch. And if there's a vehicle in front of you, you would have these are the jeeps, like I said, right? These are the jeeps.
Yeah, so we are finally here at the Rosemala. We just took the ticket, 50 rupees per head, and it's a 100-meter climb from where you get the ticket. Let's see which direction are we supposed to go. I hope it is this one. Little bit of a trekking experience. Okay, I've got to be honest with you. This is a different experience altogether. If you have not been in woods, if you have not been into trekking, right? This is one experience that you all should have at least once in the lifetime. Well, 100 meters feels like it's more than 100 for sure because of the rocks. You're seeing this? There you go. But it's like a beautiful view. I think the trees have grown a lot. So they're obstructing the view from here. Let's get to the top and see what else are we going to see. Yeah, we're almost there and we are a little out of breath. I can't believe we're struggling to climb 100 meters, but one hell of a climb. Seeing these rocks is tiring and fun at the same time. Look at him. Resting on his way up. Yeah, a little rest is definitely needed. See, that's where we are going to. I think there are already some people up there. And I was thinking that I was early, but I guess some people beat me to it. So let's go up there and I'll show you the view. Ah, the water. See the stunning view. Ah, we'll go. There's a platform. I'm sure. What color is it? The water. See, it's I think this is Thenmala Dam water. I know, but this is like really awesome and stunning view. I'm not able to understand how many angles can you capture this with. Honest with you, when I came here on the final stretch, last 11 kilometers felt like was I actually going to the place I'm intending to, or was I actually riding into a jungle because I hardly saw any people on the way. Okay. Then road was bumpy. It was kind of off-roading. Well, it was an experience, right? And then when we reached on the top, it's surprising that there are villages, there are people working here. There's a church, people attending prayers, and there are literally a whole village on top of the hill. And we saw nobody on the way up here, but when we reached here, there are a bunch of people who are already here enjoying the view. And I hope you are kind of able to see what's behind me. I hope so. But then sun's come out. It's a hot day today. Yeah. And I think we took about 2.5 hours to reach here. It's a really good place to come. And we'll again travel back for about 2.5 hours. And I'll give you more brief on our way down. Say it was worth it. All the time you spent on riding, trekking, and being a little scared. I have to be honest, I was slightly scared because it was completely, the way was completely deserted. I think you must have understood now when I was riding and you saw the footage of those woods from where we actually were riding. Then I actually felt was I going in the right direction, but you have to appreciate, and it's a commendable job by the Kerala government. And I mean, it looks like you're going to the remotest of the places, but the way they have the forest officials placed and the localites who, there are villages there, the remote areas, so you actually can go without any fear to the remotest place. At least that's what I felt in all the trekking and riding that I've done last 7-8 months, right? The way down is much easier than climbing, but you have to be aware where you are stepping. They are not slippery, but still one has to be careful. Yeah. Yes. Like I said in the beginning, that we are going to take you through a good journey or a ride. Now tell me, was I right or was I right? Yeah, because there is no going wrong when you are in the nature. And then there are three things that makes it even more beautiful. So one is the man,
Hello.
then the machine, I'll show you in a bit, then the nature that we've been seeing all along. So you can never go wrong with all this with you. I think you will definitely enjoy. If you are from a city full of buildings and there's not much nature to look at, you would simply love if you're here. This is just one of those many marvelous places that Kerala has to offer. And trust me, I am never running out of places to visit in Trivandrum. If Trivandrum it is the case, then I wonder it would take an entire lifetime to explore the whole of Kerala. So, all the best to me. Wish me best of luck. So I continue my journey exploring more such hidden gems in Kerala. And I hope I last here for long. If I am here though. If I am here, then I am sure. And I will try my best to bring the best of the places in the channel. Stay tuned. Saw the nature. There's the machine. This beautiful guy. Okay, did a great job. Do a great job on the way up. Now, Storm SX250 Suzuki handled the bumps really well, off-roading pretty well, and climbing steep roads pretty well. We traveled 90. Let's see what mileage it gave us. 34.9 on that road is a good deal, won't you say? At least I feel it's a good deal. 34.9 on that hilly terrain and a little bit of off-roading, continuous use of clutch. I guess last 30 kilometers had been like that, and it's a good job done by Wisdom, and I'm very happy with the bike. Very comfortable, no tiredness whatsoever. Right, so we'll catch you up with next destination that we'll travel to. I hope to go somewhere tomorrow as well, and we have 3 days of week off. So one is today, one is tomorrow, and then Sunday as usual. So let's see where else life takes us tomorrow.